Hey guys, this is Lady Raven, the Wild Witch, and today I wanted to bring you a little video that's going to show you how to build your own crystal grid. This is a very simple one, an easy way for you to kind of help you to focus your intent for the things you're trying to bring about in your life. I chose this time for abundance and prosperity. And the reason why I chose that is we've had over the last couple of weeks, a lot of people coming into the shop that are starting their own personal ventures. They're starting their own businesses, or they're starting maybe their family, or they're moving, or they're doing all kinds of different things. And so this is a grid that is going to help if you want to make sure that you ensure some kind of a success in your venture. So for example, let's assume that I'm a small business, right? That I'm trying to build a small business. So this is where my grid is going to go. So the very first stones that I selected here is, you can see this is the tree agate right there. And there's 4 of them. And I think that every time you create a grid, the component of balancing is very important. So that I think that in this case, the tree agate is growth. Your business is going to grow based on what you can offer the community. And so this is for you to put out services that are going to enrich people's lives, that people are going to want. And they're not just, it's not going to be just a commodity that they come in and that they pay for, that there's a value added to them, that they get something really positive out of it, and that they succeed in exchange for your success. So that's what this one is. And then we have here next, we have the green aventurine. And I put 4 of those green aventurines around, and that is for your personal business. So if you're starting a new venture, where you're going to get the money to open your storefront, or to buy your inventory for Etsy, or whatever other online business you have. Or if you're starting a business where you are seeing clients, where are you going to find the place that you can see clients? So this is to bring forth for you all of the things that you need in order to be successful and to receive back the things that so that you can move your business forward. So that's the purpose of these green aventurines. And then finally on the inside here, I have a ring of tiger's eye. I don't know if you can see them. Hopefully you can. And the tiger's eye component in this is the component of luck. It's first of all, it's protection to keep you and your goals safe, to keep you protected and always walking within your true path. But also, if you're starting a new business, there's a huge component of luck for people finding you. People need to be able to know that you're there offering those products. And if you don't have that component, if people don't know that you're there, you can't help yourself or help them in the process. So that's what the tiger's eye here is for. And then finally, the last crystal in the center right here is a generator. It's a clear quartz generator. You could use, for this grid here, you could even use a citrine generator, or if you had a tiger's eye generator, you could use that. Any kind of generator crystal like that is associated with abundance and prosperity could be substituted in as your master crystal for your grid. So the way that I always put a little bit of myself into each grid that I work with. And so for me, this time I used breath. So as you go through and you program your crystals, so for example, I program the tree agates all individually for their purpose of bringing about growth and positive change for the clients of this new business. So you put all of that intent into there, you program them separately, and then you do a breath over it. And that's basically charging the crystal, well, not charging, but empowering it with with your energy, and also with the energy of that crystal. And then the green aventurine, I programmed all of them together to bring about prosperity for me, or for whenever you're starting for your business, whether it's for yourself or whether it's a business entity. So when you're programming that, make sure that you know which one you're trying to bring in. And then finally, all the tiger's eyes were programmed together to bring about the component of luck. And then the master crystal was programmed in order to bring all of those energies together and to put out something that works in harmony with one another, so that it goes out and does exactly what this grid needs it to do. So just creating the grid is good. And let your intuition be your guide on how you lay your stones out. However, if you want to do it symmetrical, you can. If you don't want to do it symmetrical, you don't have to. It's completely up to you. Go with the flow and do whatever feels right to you. Now, when you create a grid like this, it's not just creating it and walking away. So you want to make sure that you spend time with it, because that is what's going to keep that grid and those energies focused on your goals. So I generally like to spend time with it either 3 days or 7 days or 21 days. You can also do for one full moon cycle. cycle, which is a little bit tougher. So during that time that you're putting out this grid, so let's say that you're doing this to start a new venture. Let's say you just launched your online business and now you want to make sure that customers come to you and see you. So let's say you would do it for 7 days. So you want to spend 7 days with this grid every day, generally around the same time. You sit down, set 10 minutes aside where you go into that meditative space and you put forth that energy into this grid in order for it to bring you what it is that you need it to bring you. So, and then if you do it for, 3 days, you do it for 3 days or 21 days or moon cycle to moon cycle. That's completely up to you. But so this is just an example of something that you can do. A lot of people like to use the grid cloths, and I don't, because I like to let my intuition tell me where the crystals are going to go. But if you don't want to do that, if you want to use the grid cloth, you're more than welcome to do that. It doesn't just, you can also add other things to it. It just doesn't have to be a crystal grid. It can have all kinds of other things added into that grid. So you have the crystals in there, and that's going to be the primary carrier of your energy. But if you want to, instead of putting tiger's eye in the center, maybe you could use either pennies or dimes or something to that effect that's going to be representative of what it is that you're trying to bring in. So this is a very, very short guide on how to get started with grid work. And I hope that that it works for you. And I would love to see pictures of your grids that you've done and how it worked for you. Always keep track of what you did and what kinds of results you received, so that you make sure that you are able to reproduce that if you ever need to do it again. All right. I hope everybody has a great day. Blessed be.